Hello, it's been a very long time since I posted a video. It's June 19th. Jackson turned 1, which is cool. He's walking, very, I guess, talkative, as much as a 1-year-old could be talkative. He makes a lot of noise, we'll say that. Yeah, it's been very busy. See, I got a lot of junk on my workbenches, like a whole lot. Projects have been coming and going. We got kind of the longer term project here, but what I really want to talk about today is not all of my crap laying around, but more, I guess, selfishly, how my training and everything's been going, because I've been training for 9 trails, which is a ultra marathon. An ultra marathon is anything over a marathon, anything over 26.2, I think. So I've done a couple marathons. I've done one ultra marathon. It was a 50K, which 50K is like 31 miles, something like that. And I signed up for one. I guess this was shortly after I did my first one. And it's a very challenging 50K. They say it runs more like a hard 50-mile race just because it's got 12,000 feet of elevation change, I think is what it is. But it's in California, as well as the first one that I did. And it got canceled because of COVID, which was fine because I was not doing real good physically at that time that the race would have been, so I wasn't able to train like I needed to get it done the way that I wanted to get it done. So then it got postponed again. So it's been, I think, 1.5 or 2 years now that it's been on my mind, and I've been thinking about it, and it's been this little cloud that's been, I guess, looming. So I finally got off my bum and started running again. I didn't want to have to think too much about it, because I know that when I start doing something, I'll overdo it and I'll overtrain. So I picked the simplest, easiest, laziest thing I could do, and that was get on Garmin, because I use a Garmin watch. I have the Connect app, and I picked out a half marathon training program, and it was like a 20-week program. I was like, oh good, that'll be plenty of time for me to do that program, and then I can go from there. I'll have a nice base to build from. So I started doing that, did it for, I don't know, 12 weeks, something like that. And then I had a really good 12-mile run on 2 weeks ago on Saturday. Didn't need any nutrition, just had some water, felt great. I was really surprised with how it went. And I like at that time, I think I'd built up to 24 miles a week-ish, so it's like a long run on Saturday. Half that distance you do on Monday. So if you do a 12-mile on Saturday, you do a 6-mile on Monday, and then Tuesday is usually like a speed workout. So you'll do speed repeats, or you'll do like a time trial and just see how fast you can run for X amount of distance or time. And then Wednesday is easy miles, and then you get 2 days rest until your long run again on Saturday. And I really like that schedule. It's been working good. And I did my 12-mile run that Sunday. I think I went to my mom's, and we did like a 3-mile walk. I pushed Jackson in the stroller. Everything was fine. Came in here and started wiring up for my last fan, which I got my fan mounted, and then I started running the wire down, across, up, across. So between kneeling over on the scaffolding hammering in wire staples up across the top there, my back said, no, I had enough. And when it said that, I was like, oh, that's not good. So I was out Sunday afternoon. I was out all day Monday, laying in bed, and then started feeling better, and I think I got to the grocery store on Tuesday, and that was about all I did. And this was low back, just being out of position, kneeling for too long, not good for the back, especially after doing a pretty long run, I guess, for what I was used to. But back started hurting. I said, we got a week and a half, 2 weeks until Jackson's birthday party. My sister was coming in town from California. It was going to be nice, have a bunch of family over. So we started getting the house ready. I power washed the house, did a bunch of tilling, got the, I guess I had piled a bunch of dirt up when I cut the driveway in just to put it somewhere. Tilled all that up. My wife and her mom got flowers and plants in the ground. So everything looked good. And I was like, well, I'll get my COVID shot because my sister wanted me to get it before she came in. And I was like, whatever, I'll get it. Got it on Thursday. Felt like crap on Friday. Had like 101.5 fever. Didn't throw up or anything, just, didn't feel good. So again, another day I took it easy. Meanwhile, I was running 4 times a week for 12 weeks. And now I had to take that week off. And then started feeling a little better. Did like a 3-mile walk on Sunday. And then on Monday, did another 3-mile walk, seeing how I was feeling, because I really wanted to start running, but I wasn't ready to start running. I needed more time, physically needed more time to recover. And as soon as we got done with the walk, my stomach was not feeling good. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I'll go upstairs, try to go to the bathroom. Tried to go to the bathroom. Wasn't good, didn't really get much out, and just went back downstairs and laid down and was like, Mom, I'm gonna lay here for a little bit if you can watch little man. And she said, yeah, not a problem. And still didn't feel good. I said, look, buddy, we gotta go. I gotta go lay in bed or something. We'll figure this out. Because Jen was working, so I didn't want Jen to have to go to the grocery store because that was on my list to do. So I said, screw it, I don't feel good. I can move if I have to. So I put him in the grocery cart. We went to Sam's, got the groceries out, got the stroller inside, got all the groceries inside. I text Jen, I was like, hey, can you come home early? He's taking a nap right now, but I'm not able to do a bit of anything right now. And she's like, yeah. So she comes home, and I roll around in bed. I forget somebody's coming to drop a car off, and they call me and like, yeah, I think we're here. I was like, oh, okay, I'll be right there. So I throw on some Crocs, roll out of bed, slowly walk outside, entertain them for 30 minutes while they wait for their ride to pick them up, because it was 95 degrees or 90 degrees out. It was hot. And as soon as they left, went back inside, laid in bed, got like 3 hours of sleep. And then about 4 in the morning, I said, okay, it's time to go to the doctor, because my stomach was hurting. And the internet is good for some things. If I had enough different places that all said about the same thing. So I was like, well, it sounds like I have appendicitis, given where it hurts in my stomach and given the symptoms and where the pain started, where it ended up. And I'm pushing on my stomach there. Yeah, it hurts, lower right side. And I did not want to go, because I knew in the back of my head it was going to be surgery and this and that. And I'm like, great. So 4 in the morning, I tell Jen, hey, I'm going to go to the doctor. And I had already looked up what places had good doctors, and I knew what hospitals I was comfortable at. So I drove to, I guess it was, I don't know, St. John's or something, wherever Jackson was born. drove myself there, got in, got a CT scan, and then, yeah, you got appendicitis. We need to have surgery to get it out. I brought up the option of not having surgery, but it wasn't an option to not have it given my circumstance. And I said, well, okay. They did a COVID test, put me in a waiting room until they could get me into surgery later that morning. I'm scheduled for 9 o'clock. She said, yeah, they'll probably be here around 8. So I'm laying in bed, kind of dozing off, waiting for, 8 o'clock to hit. Turn my phone off, and then somebody comes in the room. I wake up, and it's like 8:40 or 8:30 or something. And they're like, oh, yeah, you test positive for COVID. And I'm like, oh, my gosh, you got to be kidding. And I don't know why I tested positive, because I didn't have any of the symptoms. Wasn't sick. I had that one day of not feeling good, and that was it. And maybe it was just the vaccine that I got. I have no idea. But then they didn't want to do surgery on me until the end of the day. And I was like, I don't want to wait here another 5 hours just so you can even do I didn't want to prolong my agony that much more. I just wanted to start the process so I could start the healing process, because I know how long that shit takes, and I know how frustrating it is. And I was already frustrated with, not being able to train the way I wanted to or the way I needed to in order to complete this race. And it was very sad for me. Is basically what it comes down to. So I got surgery on Tuesday. It's Saturday. So I was in the hospital until Wednesday at 12. They wanted to keep me. They were concerned about my kidneys because I didn't eat anything for 2 days. I didn't really drink much, but after they got me on IVs and stuff, everything was okay. And that ball doesn't look right. Sorry, got distracted. But everything was fine. But yeah, I think the part that sucks the most is I wanted at some point in my life to do a 400-pound, just all-natural deadlift, because that'd be 2.5 times my body weight, somewhere around there. And I don't know if I'll ever get to do that, or if I'll ever actually try to do that, because I have a feeling I'm going to be afraid to blow my guts out my belly hole. And I don't know if they actually cut through your abdominal wall, if they separate the muscle fibers. I don't know how it works, but I can't lift anything more than 10 pounds for 2 weeks, which puts a great strain on everybody around me, and I'm grateful that I have them for support and to pick up where I can't. So my mom, she's been watching the kid because I can't pick him up because he's almost 20 pounds. Can't really help him do much because he needs to be picked up and carried places. Can't drop him off at daycare. I can drive him to there, but somebody's got to pick him up for me. So, it's not a fun place to be in, but hopefully I can recover well and quickly and properly. But they really just don't want me to get a hernia, which I don't want to get a hernia either, because my friend Matt has a hernia and he's been waiting to get into surgery for weeks now. And it just sucks that I've spent 32 years building up my abdominal wall to be like stone, and then something as dumb as an appendix can screw it up. So hopefully one day I can work towards achieving my deadlift goal. There's a lot that would have to happen before then, but at some point all of my training is going to go more towards like fun and longevity and joint health and mobility and strength in different ranges, rather than right now it's still, let's see what I can push myself and go do and challenge myself in whatever way I can think of. And once 9 Trails gets off my list, there's not a whole lot else that's on my list. most of my running that I want to do is more for fun. Like, I want to go visit my friend in North Carolina and run the mountains over there. I don't really need to push myself distance wise. You know, if I wanted to, I could, but I don't think it's good for my body at this point. You know, I want to run the Grand Canyon rim to rim in a day. I think it's like 17 miles. So again, that's an attainable goal, assuming you have somebody to pick you up and drop you off, or vice versa. But yeah, so that's what's been going on, and it's been a rough week and a half, rough 2 weeks. But you know, I had 2 days in a row where I think I got 600 steps. So Tuesday and Wednesday I think were my 600 step days, because Monday I did that 3 mile walk with my mom and the kid, and I had 2 600 step days. And then I guess it was Thursday I did like 2,800, and then yesterday I did like 57 or 5,900, something like that. And then today I don't know what I'm at, but I've already gone for a short walk with the wife and kid, and I'm starting to feel better. I can do more movements and stuff, but I'll still get tired and have to sit down. I can just feel like my stomach, like I feel like I can't stand straight up yet, just because it starts to put a little bit of tension down there. But it's getting better. So hopefully it keeps improving. I have a doctor's appointment on the 30th, and I'll let you know what he says. But until then, I'm gonna keep trying to, they said I can walk, hike, go upstairs. So I'm gonna try to refrain from doing like body weight squats and lunges and things like that. But I'm definitely gonna try to get out and hike some trails and just keep active, because the quicker I can get back to running, the happier I'm gonna be, because I got 5 months until November when my race is, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be a long time coming, and it'll be very relieving, and I'll have good motivation because my kid will be there. I'll get to see him hopefully a couple times on the run. I'd like to film the whole run, just so, you know, at some point, someday I can go back and, you know, I've always enjoyed watching people's run, as dumb as that is, but like, I know people do it for mountain biking. They'll put their stationary trainer in front of their TV and they'll watch somebody go down a mountain bike trail, or they'll be watching somebody just ride their bike, kind of like Peloton setup. But I think it'd be cool to do later in my life, maybe with like a treadmill or what is that, Airdyne treadmill, whatever it is, and just be like, oh yeah, I remember going through this run myself, and it's a run that I actually did, which I think would be fun. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Here's the woundage. So I got one cut here, I got another one on my left side, which is there, then I got one down about here by the pubic bone. But I'm kind of annoyed because I can't really, it doesn't look right. Like, you see that little bulge out on the left side? That's normally not there. I mean, I'm not trying to impress anybody with my belly anymore because I got my wife, but I would like it to look like I used to look, and it may never look that way. And I'll have to be okay with it. So, I'm alive. I did contemplate going into the hospital once I was actually there, because I sat in the parking lot for about 2 or 3 minutes and was like, do I really want to do this? I know I need to. I don't want it to rupture and then it'd be a real big problem, and then they'd really have to cut me open and do all that mess. So yeah, it's just life sometimes. Maybe it was good, you know, I could look at it like that. Maybe it was a good thing. Maybe it kept my back from being really screwed up. But right now I'm gonna do a video on the wall because I haven't done it. And I think I took a video earlier, but I haven't done anything with it. I really want to show how the mechanical safety components of it work, because that's more interesting to me. But we'll see.